Listen, the Washington Mystics just put belt to ass on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Sonia Citron was out there cooking with hot grease. Stir the pot, stir the pot. Keep cooking, Sonia. That
Sky just lost to the Washington Mystics 103-86. Another humiliating defeat. And this is what no one wants to discuss it. Angel Reese scored 22 points and pulled down 13 rebounds in his 28 minutes of play. That sounds amazing, doesn't it? False. Even the commentators laughed at her performance, and the Sky was destroyed while she was on the court. Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen, two rookies with the Mystics, created history by being the first two players to score 20 points or more in a single game. Is Angel Reese genuinely making her team worse? That is the issue that everyone is asking. And what transpired during the live TV game that made Reese look foolish? Please leave a comment if you think.
Let's go.
Let's get it! Burn! Lack of awareness combined with a lack of ability to jump. Not great! Burn!
Me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow.
Yeah! Again! Do it for me. Me bound! Burn!
Reese is hurting her team. Come on. Let's be honest about something that has been glaring at us during the entire season. Angel Reese is able to gather all the she wants double-doubles. But the Chicago Sky continue to lose games in a humiliating manner. They are 6 games away from even sniffing the postseason with a dismal 7 wins and 19 defeats, which puts them in last place in playoff contention. You know what's even more absurd about this? The squad has lost 6 straight games.
6 for 16. Shot 35%, 22 points, 13 rebounds, got to the free throw line multiple times, 11 free throws for Angel Reese, but the bloopies were blooping, and oh boy, here we go. All right, we go, right, easy open layup, and a stoink right off the bottom of the backboard, and we're just asking for a foul. We're asking for a foul. We throw the ball off the bottom, that's like the bottom side of the backboard, asking for a foul, no foul to be given in the
beginning. Even before we returned from her back injury. This catastrophe is aptly depicted in the Washington Mystics game. Reese scored 22 points and pulled down 13 rebounds, bringing her double-double run to 11 games in a row. It sounds amazing until you realize that 103-86 completely wrecked the Sky. During the 28 minutes that their supposed hero was on the court, Chicago's defense utterly failed in a 17-point rout. The fact that the
Okay, new strategy, team. Angel, keep doing your part. Everyone else, go rebound her misses! Burn! If she keeps missing layups at this rate, she's gonna be serving buttermilk pancakes at Denny's. Butter? Did somebody say butter? Butter pecan! Burn! At a certain point, you just got to applaud greatness. A me-bound on her back? Are you kidding? Bang! Simon says, give me another pray-up. How about it? Bang! She really hit under the basket on a layup. Get this girl GPS. Bang! Everybody get up on your feet. It's time to meet and greet the most underpaid athlete.
Mystics scored 52 points in the paint. Speaks much about how effectively Reese was leading that defense. This is the point at which Chicago and Reese in particular start to feel extremely embarrassed. Inc. 2. Rookies from Washington. It's the first rookie team in Mystics history to score 20 points or more in a single game. Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen created WNBA history. Iriafen contributed 22 points and
Listen, man, Kiki Iriafen got the better of her today. 22 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 of 14 shooting, man. Kiki stirring that pot on Angel today. Listen, the Chicago Sky are trash. In Washington Mystics, you are a 500 team fighting for the playoffs. You are scrapping to get into that playoffs, and I respect it. Led by 2 rookie all-stars, and Angel Reese had the nerve to say they have the best young core in the league.
10 rebounds, while Citron scored 28 points. On their home floor, these youngsters thoroughly outperformed the Sky veteran lineup, making them appear Coach Tyler Marsh specifically criticized the group for failing to preserve the paint following the game, which directly targets their defense from within.
First of all, we all know the Indiana Fever had the best young core in the league with Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark. Forget young core. That's probably the best duo, period. So, during that whole thing, when she said, yo, we the skyscrapers, best young duo in the league. When she said that, I told y'all, we all knew CC and AB was better. That's not even a conversation. I said, wait a second. Are y'all sure, Angel, are you sure you and Camila are better than Sonia Citron and Kiki? The last I checked, the Washington Mystics had 2 rookies that made the All-Star team. And boy, did they show why today. They took this matchup.
Ray only made 6 of 16 field goals and was given 5 fouls, which further reduced her effectiveness. When your team is being burned on the other end of the court, it doesn't matter if she made 10 of her 11 free shots. In reality, the Sky scored 86 points. It's 9 higher than their average for the season. Each game is worth 77 points. In this game, their offense wasn't the issue. The guys who should be leading the defense are directly to blame for the defense's total clumsiness. There is a big problem with your defensive system when your team concedes 103 points and lets rookies make history against you. All season long, this pattern has been constant. While the Sky continue to lose games, Reese consistently puts up respectable individual numbers.
Spins on Reese, comes back. Yes, off the window. As she's saying, too small on the way back. Very subtly so, but she had the hand.
When the team is unable to win basketball games, her individual accomplishments are completely meaningless. It's getting harder to ignore the uncomfortable reality. Without team success, individual stats are just meaningless. This leads us to a moment that occurred during the actual game that was much more embarrassing. You curious about what true humiliation?
Kira Austin going at him. Everybody's just going at him. The Chicago Sky are food. And I mean, it's just embarrassing to the point where it's like, you, like, as a Sky fan, y'all are probably happy y'all lost by less than 20 points today. And that is embarrassing. That is ridiculous. Y'all getting popped, bro. Y'all not just losing. Y'all getting smoked by 20 and 30 and 40 and almost 50. Bro, y'all are terrible. Something has to change. Something
looks like? Try being made fun of on live TV with a very insignificant gesture, while everyone watching at home was informed by the announcers. Angel re-experienced precisely that in the first quarter when Shakira, Sten of Washington, scored on her and gave her the most heartbreaking insult of the season. Not only did Austin outplay Rhea on the play, she ensured that everyone was aware of it. This was not your normal player. Trash talk. Austin made a clear signal with his gesture regarding the full disclosure of Reese's defense.
Listen to this. We have the commentators that are actually laughing at this.
To be able to attack and finish inside, and Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it, blocked. Give this one to...
We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it, blocked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves. I was like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me let me get real serious real quick.
Prowess on national television. The incident perfectly encapsulated Chicago's defense's shortcomings and Reese's incapacity to defend the rim when it counts. It was made even more awkward for someone who should be anchoring the Sky's interior defense when Austin worked. Re-over on that play, and the commentators really called notice to the Reese's response to being subjugated. Rather than taking the initiative, she struggled all game long as Austin and her teammates broke up Chicago's defense. Whether it was through defensive intensity or tweaks, this play encapsulated the Sky's defensive issues and demonstrated why, in spite of Reese's individual numbers, they have been losing games all season. Contrast this with the way actual defensive anchors respond to these circumstances. Every night, players like Aaliyah Boston and Lexi Hull take on formidable, offensive players, yet they react calmly and skillfully. Because they genuinely understand how to play winning defense, they are not made fun of on live television. Rather than becoming the opposing team's highlights, they raise up their game when the going gets tough. After returning home, Angel Reese was publicly humiliated. Although she had a strong game, her team lost badly. This team is very awful. The unfortunate thing is that they don't seem to have some place to go. Although she didn't play today, Ariel Adkins hasn't been winning them. Not a game. It isn't. There is nowhere for them to go. They proceeded to make moves throughout the offseason, as though they had a club that needed to win games and compete. Immediately, going and grabbing Vanderloot, who is injured, and giving up your young draft pick for Ariel Watkins? I simply don't understand the path they believed they were taking. However, for many of these players, this has been malpractice on the part of both the coaching staff and the management. Bad, there was more too. Austin's taunt than just one play. It symbolized the entire match in which Chicago was utterly subjugated by Mystics players. The main reason for Citron's career-high 28 points was that the Sky was unable to mount a defense during the commotion. Both rookies outperformed the Sky's senior squad and made franchise history. But Erie's 22 points and 10 rebounds made this historic for all the wrong reasons for Chicago. This courtroom humiliation was only the start of what would become an awful week for Angel Reese. It should have been the worst to be humiliated on national television and worked over by Austin. For some reason, things ended up getting worse. Reese was at the heart of every Chicago system flaw that was shown by the defensive collapse that gave Washington 103 points. An even more complicated off-court drama involving a WNBA legend was built up by this on-court disgrace on social media. However, the real fireworks were only getting started. You guys can knock it out of the park. If you decide to write a biography on how incorrect this is after you get home, how are you, family? This is Candace Parker. I will rate the WNBA players according to their tiers. I will make an effort. You have two options when a three-time WNBA champion brands you a C-tier player. Either start a dispute on Twitter or prove them incorrect on the floor. Can you guess which one Angel Reese selected? On her new podcast, Post Moves, with Olia Boston, Candace Parker revealed some shocking facts. And you can infer everything about Reese's priorities from her response. Additionally, I believe that Cameron Brink is the unknown. Therefore placed Cameron Brink at sea level, just by giving us a little taste of what she's capable of, I believe. Given the available space, her length, and her versatility, I believe the WNBA will be able to quickly impact the defensive end. You also have Angel Reese. She was placed at that sea level by me during her player tier list debate. Parker didn't mince words when she placed Reese and Cameron Brink in the C tier. She was very clear that this was frank basketball analysis rather than personal animosity. Parker said directly, I in no way, shape, or form am a hater, but what player are you taking Angel Reese over those I just listed? Angel Reese obviously isn't one of the players. She was referring to who can truly carry teams and act as the main offensive options. Being above, in my opinion, requires having the capacity to lead a team and be a 1 or a 2 option. In my opinion, Angel Reese excels in her position of offensive rebounding. At first year, she showed and demonstrated a great deal of growth. Consider this to be my tier. Reese responded on social media with this cryptic statement rather than improving his play. On the court, clout is an extremely potent medication. It truly comes down to that. Give it some time to sink in. A 3-time champion and 2-time MVP is being accused by her of pursuing influence. This is coming from someone who regularly links herself to Caitlin Clark Drama, hosts her own podcast, and generates weekly excitement on social media. She is reposting this for us. If there was a girl who was gorgeous, wealthy, and well-known, I would also be furious. Lifestyle of celebrities and the wealthy. They never stop whining about everything, man. Congrats to Good Charlotte. They were an excellent band. Favorite. Well-liked by her peers. Quality Ben enters, beats my records, receives promotions, and secures brand deals. I was unable to obtain, and then he had the gall to take my veterinarian. I would feel resentful. Oh no, that was reposted by Angel Reese. After that, Angel retweets something of her own. Clout is an extremely potent substance. It truly does get to a point. Oh, there were gunshots. There were gunshots. Parker's evaluation centered on Reese's incapacity to lead a team to victory or serve as a main offensive option. Although she praised Reese's offensive rebounding abilities, she questioned her overall effect in comparison to top players who received higher-tier rankings, such as A'ja Wilson, Caitlin Clark, and Napheesa Collier. Parker was offering the kind of candid assessment that former players don't often provide to fans. A'ja Wilson, the reigning MVP, 2 championships, and a handful of Defensive Player of the Years. She would undoubtedly be ranked higher than S, if there were such a thing. However, Napheesa Collier is on par with Asia's top tier. Her ability to pump fake and play on both sides of the ball will cause you to make a poor decision. The 4s rule the league. But I know you guys will accuse me of favoritism because I'm putting all 4s at the S. Never lose sight of that. The versatility winner from the previous year, Breanna Stewart. She possesses all 3 of those items. I don't believe that's up for argument. The really interesting aspect is that, despite basing her entire business on controversy and social media turmoil, talks about someone else vying for influence, Parker provided accurate basketball analysis. Based on real performance data and team influence, in addition to promoting her new podcast with Boston, despite the criticism from Reese's supporters, and Parker reaffirmed her position, stressing that she was offering frank analysis rather than hatred. She determined that Reese lacked in the areas that are most important to excellent basketball players. After comparing her to other top players in the league, it gets complicated at this point. Caitlin Clark's grade is an A. She needs to have a few more years to reach that level, but I believe she will eventually rise to that S. Kelsey. Plum will therefore be placed at the A level. The 2-time champion now faced the task of being LA's first choice. KP is unquestionably in that tier, in my opinion. I wish I could place Sabrina Ionescu in that range. She was awarded that elusive title. Her shooting skills are among the greatest in the WNBA, if not the best. The unsettling reality is that Parker's criticism is exactly in line with what we witness during every game on the floor. As the Sky lose games and are eliminated from the playoffs, Ree gets her double-doubles. Her statement implies that she is more focused on maintaining her public persona than on raising her level of performance. It's more important to consider. If Parker was being truthful, then cruel, and the data from this season indicates that she was. Her fans have persuaded her to engage in yet another one-sided argument. The opposing side is unaware that they are at odds with one another. However, in regards to Angel Reese and the Reese pieces, well, obviously it's beef and it's present. The most recent one-sided feud, as you are well aware. When Candace Parker was asked to select players who were obviously superior to Angel Reese, the one-sided feud began innocently. Angel Reese is now convinced in her own mind that this is, in fact, beef after the Reese's pieces had a tantrum, tagged Angel numerous times, and tweeted about it numerous times. You dislike me, Candace Parker? Real WNBA stars are demonstrating what impact at the championship level looks like? While Angel Reese is occupied with fabricating controversy and compiling meaningless statistics, during her debut season, Caitlin Clark completely changed the Indiana Fever and turned her teammates into much better players. Once a laughingstock, the Fever are now a competitive squad that fans genuinely want to see. Furthermore, the change wasn't an accident. Do you know what's unique about Clark? She uplifts everyone in her vicinity without requiring continual praise or approval from social media. When playing with Clark, players like Lexi Hull improved greatly, becoming more assured shooters and more astute decision-makers on the court. While sharing the limelight with a rookie who might have easily claimed all the attention for herself, Kelsey Mitchell discovered fresh ways to contribute offensively. Many people claim that Caitlin Clark makes a difference. It's incorrect. The needle is her. She gives orders. We are all aware of her actions on the floor, isn't it history? But not on the ground. Oh my God, observe Sophie Cunningham's strategy. During the Indiana game, she helps the team win basketball games without starting pointless arguments or squabbling with social media icons. These athletes take constructive criticism well and let their work do the talking. Instead of posting cryptic statements about chasing clout, they respond to people who doubt their skills by getting better at their games. You can tell everything about the true impact of basketball by comparing the trajectory of the Fever under Clark's direction with the Sky's ongoing decrease in spite of Reese's individual numbers. Indiana created something enduring that will delight supporters for many years to come. Chicago missed the playoffs, humiliated themselves on national television, and accumulated meaningless statistics. The double-double queen is Angel Reese. The Minnesota Lynx pounded the living daylights out of them last night. I believe that, Angel. Reese's double-double of 11 points and 11 rebounds was pointless and unimportant. Here's why 2025 looks so promising for teams that are composed of real team players rather than those who just fill out statistics. The league is coming to the realization that teamwork and chemistry produce greater basketball than individual feats encased in social media controversy. Instead of players who only improve their own box score, teams are concentrating on those that improve everyone. Parker's podcast co-host Alia Boston exemplifies the winning basketball fundamentals that Reese is totally lacking in. Boston prioritizes team performance in creating a long-lasting relationship with the Fever organization. To remain relevant, she doesn't have to become involved in disputes or start arguments with well-respected veterans. Superstar Caitlin Clark is not a female celebrity. She's a superstar. Caitlin Clark's performance was the reason we were there. She makes a difference. Someone who pushes the needle is what the WNBA has been searching for. When concentrating on team performance rather than personal brand development, real WNBA talent achieves amazing feats. Clark's first season shown that influence extends well beyond personal metrics. Her presence altered the Fever's collective style of play, mental approach to games, and season-long preparation. Watching real games rather than skimming through Twitter feeds makes the distinction between real celebrities and social media personalities more evident. One team establishes the groundwork for a championship, while the other increases its following and stirs up controversy. Fans are thrilled about Indiana because of this. Genuine basketball players provide enduring success that transcends individual honors, and true skill always succeeds. The Chicago season has turned into the ideal illustration of how individual statistics that don't affect the team just lead to drama on social media and pointless noise. Double-doubles are meaningless when your club is unable to win games, as seen by their 7-win, 19-loss record, which places them second to worst in the league. Players like Caitlin Clark are laying the groundwork for championships and making the WNBA a truly thrilling sport to watch. While Angel Reese amasses rebounding, records and engages in Twitter feuds with WNBA icons, real basketball fans are aware of the distinction between winning basketball and stat padding, as well as between spectacle and substance. Please leave a comment if you think REI is hurting her team. Turn on all notifications, like and subscribe. To ensure you don't miss anything, after you click the video on the screen, we'll talk in the next